The New Orleans Saints sent half a game out of first place in the NFC South with the 2-4 Las Vegas Raiders coming to the Superdome, okay, on Halloween weekend. And we all know the Superdome gets a little extra freaky when the costumes come out. You must take advantage of this opportunity, right? Because let's take a look at the NFC South right now. As I just said, I don't know what the path is to the Bucs to fix this. They're too injured, and they have injuries that are going to span the entire year. Tom Brady looks too mortal and looks too fallible at this point. The Panthers are awful. The fact that you lost to the Panthers is still the biggest stain and sin on this season. The Falcons play hard, but are limited. And so despite all the bad things that have happened this year, you are set up for perfect opportunity. And I think highlighting guys like Tyrann Mathieu is interesting here, right? Because, look, Tyrann has not been as bad as people say. I mean, you look at the PFF grades, he's been fine. He's in a lot of ways, I think he's graded out as, it's like your third best defender. Maybe not where you expected him to be, right? But he's not been bad. But guess what? That story is not yet written. And so if you're Tyrann Mathieu, you're Jarvis Landry, you're any of these signings, you're Mike Thomas trying to resurrect your career, you're any of these players, your door to being beloved, once again, your door to writing your legend in New Orleans, your door is not closed. In fact, your door is wide open, right? If you're Alvin Kamara, this is your chance to ascend. You talked about taking on more of a leadership role, fighting against that quiet, right? The quiet that we talked, it only comes when failure appears after months and months of hard work. And everybody's working towards one goal and you fall short of that goal. That quiet that you hesitate to break lest people not take you seriously. Alvin Kamara broke that quiet. Gave a speech to the team. Talked about how, look, they got to get their swag back. They got to figure it out. Well, that starts on Sunday, and that starts with Alvin Kamara. This is your time, AK. Take over this team. Make it your own. Demand the ball, and then do everything you can once you get it. Put the team on your back, and you can carry this squad to an NFC South crown. And the same goes for Andy Dalton. It's kind of wild, Danny. Who would have known so many years ago when you were so obsessed with Andy Dalton that here he would sit, a beautiful golden red chance for Red Rocket redemption. And look, Andy Dalton, this is not a long-term relationship. Nobody's pretending that you are going to be the quarterback of the future for the New Orleans Saints, but that does not mean that you cannot achieve some sense of immortality, as we discuss the ending of all things in this morning's show. That does not mean that you cannot achieve some sense of immortality by writing yourself into Saints lore, right? I mean, we still remember the Teddy B 5-game winning streak in light of the Breeze injury. We still remember Aaron Brooks in a playoff win at a time when you had none in your franchise history. You remember the Dome Patrol and the players that helped make that happen. And how rare, if you were Andy Dalton, this point in your career, when you were supposed to be done, you were supposed to be a backup, just ride off quietly into that good night. Well, now you have a chance to say, no, I will not. Once more into the fray, into the last good fight I'll ever know, to live or die on this day, to live or die on this day. Andy Dalton, are you up to it? Because this is a bad Raiders team coming to the Dome on Sunday. And this is a chance to win a division, and with a second team and a second city, and be beloved in that new city. And you just got to kind of keep doing what you're doing, right? You cut out the mistakes, and the offense has been improving. In fact, it's actually the shining bright star of this team. In case you missed it yesterday, we mentioned it, Saints week 4, when Andy Dalton began to start. Saints are top 5 in the NFL in points, averaging about 31 a game. They're top 5 in yards. They're top 5 in third down conversion rate. They're converting 48% of their third downs. That is insanity. And it's not that, look, I think that Alvin Kamara is the real key here, but Andy Dalton is the quarterback that is best at unlocking Alvin Kamara. So don't do too much. Just do what you've been doing. And then if you're on this defense, if you're Demario Davis, Tyrann Mathieu, like I said, every Cam Jordan, you have to find a way to get this thing fixed. Marcus Davenport, Peyton Turner, you have to find a way to be effective. David Onyemata, you have to find a way to prove that you are greater than the PED slander that is being thrown at you right now, given that you have struggled since you got caught. The bottom line is, what's the football golden rule? One snap and clear, right? We talk about it all the time. I don't care what you did last week. I don't care what you did last quarter, last series, last play. All that matters is the next play. And so you're having a bad year. You're getting your ass kicked. You're Lante Taylor. You had a terrible debut. You're Paulson Adebo. You haven't fulfilled any of the promise of camp. You're Marshawn Lattimore. You've been hurt all year. None of it matters. The only thing that matters in your world right now is finding a way to beat the Raiders on Sunday and tie for first place in the NFC South, and then you set yourself up for a run. Because like I said, nobody's going to be good in this division. Nobody will. There's no miracle winning streak coming for Tom Brady or any of these teams. Maybe you can be the team that goes on the run, that has the miracle streak. But it has to start this Sunday against the Raiders. So it's going to be Halloween. It's the Dome. It's weird. It's wonderful. Go out there and kick some Raider ass. No excuse. No excuses, okay? Like you're getting a second chance right now, and that is incredibly rare in a league like the NFL, where normally at 2-4 you are done for the year.